Hello guys and welcome to Watching Time. Today we're going to review very quickly one of my new watches in my collection, the Tudor GMT Black Bay. So it's not a new watch, obviously, it has been there for the last 2 years. It came out in 2018, late 2018. And it's one of those watches that when it was launched by Tudor, actually, there was a big hype because it was not available. You were lucky if you find one. If you didn't find one, you will need to be kind of in a waiting list. So it behaved a little bit like Rolex. At the same time, it was kind of an homage done at the same period that Rolex was launching the new GMT Pepsi. And so this became kind of the small brother immediately for the GMT Pepsi, that it's unattainable at the moment for Rolex, done by their little brother Tudor. So basically, the watch is a regular Black Bay. The sizes difference are a millimeter or so. In terms of the case, it's almost non-significant compared to the normal Black Bays. And this is due to because of the GMT mechanism, obviously. So I'm going to try to unscrew this just to show you. Obviously, it has a quick change of time, and this is pretty handy when you're traveling. And then you have the GMT hand, which is a very nice red color there. Obviously, hacking minutes depending on the position. When you have it on the position of changing only the hour, like here, the hacking minutes doesn't stop, and that's done on purpose so that you can change the time on the fly when you are like traveling on a plane, and still the time is still keeping and ticking. So obviously the quality of Tudor is outstanding. I think it's definitely one of the best brands, quality for money. I put the same level of Omega for some of the watches. As you can see, this is a bi-directional bezel, very good actually on the movement. You have the classic blue and red, kind of a Pepsi homage. The red hand, quite beautiful with the snowflake. Also on the GMT hand. The model, as I was telling all of you, it's a classic GMT Black Bay. It's a classic Black Bay case. And the strap. So this is actually the metal strap from one of my other Black Bays that I put on it. When I bought it with the NATO strap. For some time now, at least 3 years, Tudor doesn't, they sell their watches with either only one strap. So you either have the steel or you buy it with the NATO. There is a small price difference. In the past, they sold their watches with at least 2 straps. So when I got my normal Black Bay, I had the NATO and the metals steel bracelet. They are not doing this anymore. So when I got this, I just got it with the NATO strap. I switched with obviously with my other Black Bay. It fits a little bit kind of stiff, but it actually fits. So not that it's on, it's perfect. The movement is the classical in-house movement of Tudor, obviously with the GMT complication. The GMT works exactly the same as the one in a Rolex GMT. So when you see the position of the hand stack, you first have the hours, then you have the GMT, then you have the minutes, and at last you have the second hand. So that's the position that they usually wear also for Rolex. As you can see, you don't have a position in the crown to change the date, so you usually have to do the whole turnaround, pass through the 12 and change the date. I think this is quite silly. I don't understand it, why they do this. And that's the reason why my date is always going to be out of date. I never take the time to change that. Not wearing the watches all the days and every day, it becomes a little bit difficult and obviously complicated to do. So anyway, guys, what do you think? I'm just going to do a quick reshot, a small comparison. This is a new Rolex, yes, the 2020 version, no date. I have done a review on this if you want to know more about it. As you can see, now that this Rolex has gone back a little bit into a more sleek design towards the old, they look kind of similar. Obviously, Tudor has its own personality. I think they have managed to to construct this very well. They also have like a great width in the bracelet, but they are different. The small brother, and obviously the GMT Black Bay with its almost 15 millimeters of height, it wears a little bit high on the wrist. But if you have a wrist like mine, which is an 18.5 centimeter, you can manage it very well. I like how it wears in my wrist. It's very nice, and the size, I think it's perfect. If you have a smaller wrist, obviously the better option that you can have if it's the Black Bay 58. So they definitely were much lower, around 12 millimeters of height. So you have a watch that is much more adaptable for a small wrist. Anyway, guys, this is all for now. I hope you like this video and see you back soon. Bye bye.